AH and her shill media have betrayed James Franco. They're making him headlines right now, trying to divert attention away from AH as the new JD versus AH biopic drops. Why? Because I think that this docudrama, it proves that AH has been blacklisted in Hollywood. And beyond that, the director here, she backs JD. That's right. So when people watch this, they'll see AH painted in a light she doesn't want. So she's saying, hey, what about that guy over there? That guy, he's a bad guy. He's one maybe you should look at, maybe you should blame. This really makes you wonder, too, if the rumors about James Franco and AH, they really are true, with James Franco refusing to be part of the litigation from AH. He knew that it would be a career ender. He wanted his career back. Oh, man, I mean, it is beyond crazy. Now, this is AH playing with fire, too, and you know what? She's done this a lot lately. She has lawyers that are moving against her. She's being sued by her insurance companies. Well, if James Franco decides he wants to tell the truth, oh, man, I mean, you're talking about the end. You and we are going to talk about all of this today, too. Oh, man. Fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. All right. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. Anyone that has been keeping up with this stuff with AH and James Franco knew that it would only be a matter of time before she turned on and betrayed him. That's what I think we're seeing right here with her shill media. This is the New York Post making a move against him. I mean, look at this headline here. I'm going to show you what it says versus how they cover it. It says they are indeed making their moves, with them saying James Franco takes heat in the new JD AH trial biopic. Now, the reason this is happening, in my opinion, is because we've been hearing about blacklisting in Hollywood, about how production producers are desperate to get rid of AH, but it's very complicated. Well, you know what might confirm the blacklisting? Not just from companies she burned, by the way, like Disney or Warner, but in Hollywood in general, her being painted as a villain in a production. Enter the producer of Hot Take, something that, despite its ridiculous nature, seems to terrify AH and her team so much they need to betray James Franco in this. I mean, they went after this lady hard, too. They tried to cancel her. They called her anti-this or voting the wrong way, saying that she represents everything in society that is bad. And really, it all deals with that idea of complications, getting rid of AH, because when somebody finally says that person, they're not a victim, they're a villain in this, which a jury actually decided, then the blacklisting, it becomes very clear and easy to carry out. And yeah, they went through her social media with a fine-tooth comb. They had this ready in minutes, by the way. Minutes to say, we've got to take her down. Why? Because she liked 3 posts they pointed out. Well, Disney apologized to JD, give his franchise back. That's one. And you notice this is on the day that the decision rolls in. Number 2, JD has showed us what one has to do to begin to get one's reputation back in this corrupt, woke media age. Number 3, JD was awarded $15 million in damages. A big shout out goes to the friendly people at, let's just say, co-conspirator organizations who now have to be their pants because they're next. Yeah. Now that's where the betrayal of James Franco sets in. And I mean, honestly, is this a surprise to anyone? She announced in the past that James Franco, yep, he was in that elevator with her. He saw proof of what JD had allegedly done, by the way. He never said that, but she said that he saw it and he would announce it to the world, and she tried to make him be part of that team. I mean, she even used her PR team to put out articles to pressure him into testifying. Behind the scenes, he turned all of that stuff down. He didn't want any part of it. He's been out of Hollywood for 3 years. He knew the controversy, it would end any chance of coming back. So AH does what she always does. Anytime she's cornered, either her mouthpiece, Eve Barlow, or mainstream media shills, they point the finger in another direction. They did it to JD, judge, jury, witnesses. Heck, they've even done it to people like myself. So of course they're going to betray James Franco. And look at how they do this. This is coming from the New York Post, by the way, who has an exclusive deal with AH's PR. They admitted that in articles. But James Franco takes heat in the JD AH trial biopic. Now you see this framing here. Look at how they frame it for Diversion. Actor James Franco catches heat in the upcoming JD AH biopic Hot Take, the JD AH trial. The 43-year-old Pineapple Express frontman is the superstar object of ire. So, I mean, they're pointing the finger. They're making him a crucial part of this, even though when you look at how he's mentioned, it doesn't really play that way, but it doesn't matter, again, because this is about diversion. So, object of ire between the 2022's most infamous exes in the forthcoming film, premiering Friday on streaming service Tubi. Another one with James Franco, asks an annoyed JD, portrayed by Days of Our Lives actor Mark Hapka, reading a script over AH's shoulder in a trailer for the flick. AH, played by actress Megan Davis, 33, responds, "Are you jealous of him too?" So they take this statement right here. Doesn't seem like a lot, does it? They turn it into a way to bring up everything about James Franco. They bring up controversies. They make articles about this. They talk about how AH, she's not somebody you really need to look at. It's James Franco. James Franco's the one you need to point at. And what's interesting about a hit piece like this is that James Franco, I mean, he made it very clear, not just in 2022, but in 2020, he didn't want his name connected to her at all. I mean, he would testify, but he would only do it behind the scenes. In fact, he made it clear in the media that if anything was brought up or leaked about that, he would sue over it. I mean, he was that scared to have his name connected to her. That tells you a lot about blacklisting too, right? I mean, if you're afraid to be connected to somebody at that level at all. And yeah, with her and her shill media turning on him and betraying him, I wonder, is it just a matter of time before he decides enough is enough? He's going to speak out about the reality of this. Like I said, that's playing with fire. She's been doing it a lot lately. She's been burned again and again. Insurers, lawyers, people around her, confidence and on, they've turned on her. James Franco, I mean, he's another one that could do that too. Oh man, I mean, this stuff, it is amazing to watch. But anyway, let me know what you think about this. As always, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this work. Thank you. Can't say that enough. Check out the links in the description. Thank you again. Share this too. I'm out of here. Thanks.